This is our presentation on Reverend Hale from The Crucible. All right, so our hook quote is, "Why do you never wonder if Paris be innocent or Abigail? Is the accuser always holy now? Were they born this morning as clean as God's fingers? I'll tell you what's walking Salem. Vengeance is walking Salem." That's from John Proctor in Act 2. So pretty much The Crucible is a play written by Arthur Miller, and it's a historical fiction which goes into detail about the Salem witch trials and John Proctor. He's a farmer in the community and his struggle with this court that's trying to get all the witches. And since ours is on Reverend Hale, Reverend Hale is motivated by exposing the truth, and his decision to quit the court creates tension and by the end of the play. Alright, so section 1 is why the character is motivated that way. Reverend Hale is motivated by his desire to expose the truth. And you can see it in some quotes from Act 1. "We cannot look to superstition in this. The devil is precise. The marks of precedent are definite as stone, and I must tell you, all shall not be proceeded until you are prepared to believe me if I should find no bruise of hell upon her." Reverend Hale, Act 1, lines 752 to 756. So this quote shows Hale and how he behaves in accordance to what he believes is the truth. He doesn't really want his own self-gain. He just wants to be like a godly man. Now, by the end of the play, he's arguing with the court, and he's saying things like, "I beg you, stop now before another is condemned. I may shut my conscience to it no more. Private vengeance is working through this testimony. From the beginning, this man has struck me true. By my oath to heaven, I believe him now." That's what Reverend Hale says. And this is after he's discovered the real truth, that everything's fake. So he's trying to do what's right and go against the court. So section 2 is over the character's choice. And when you can kind of see this choice taking place, Reverend Hale is going to the Proctor's house, and he starts questioning them and trying to see if Elizabeth is a witch and if they actually like stay true to the Bible and all that kind of stuff. After learning of Abigail and how she lied about everything, Hale is listening to Proctor, and Proctor says, "There are them who will swear to anything before they'll hang. Have you never thought of that?" And Hale says, I have indeed." And the stage direction is, it is his own suspicion, but he resists it. So Reverend Hale is starting to doubt it. He's starting to question what he thinks about the court and everything. So by the end of the play, he's trying to convince Elizabeth to talk to John, and he says, "You know, do you not, that I have no connection with the court?" And he's saying this, he's pretty much quit the court. He's done with them, and he just wants to do what's right. So section 3 was over how the character actually changed overall. And when Reverend Hale is introduced into the play, he's with the court and he's trying to do what he thinks is right, which is expose the witches in Salem. But by the end, he knows everything's wrong and it's fake, and he's trying to help the accused people and get rid of the court. He goes to the Proctor's house, and this is in the beginning of the play when he's still with the court. He says, "My duty is to add what I may to the godly wisdom of the court." And after being questioned, Hale attempts to defend the court and exclaims, "I have seen too many frightful proofs in court. The devil is alive in Salem, and we dare not quail to follow where the accusing finger points." These show Hale's defensive nature towards the court and how he doesn't really question any of the accusations going on. By the end of the play, he's totally against the court, and he says things like, "We cannot blink it no more. There is a prodigious fear of this court in the country." And he also says, "But it does not follow that everyone accused is part of it." And he's pretty much saying, like, everyone accused, you can't accuse everybody of being witches and them all actually be witches. And this shows that he's pretty much turned and he's trying to defend the accused people. So in conclusion, Reverend Hale is motivated by exposing the truth, and when he learns of the truth where there's not really anything going on in Salem, he changes his behavior to be a righteous man. And when he first appears in the play, he defends the court, and that's what he thinks is right to do. But by the end of the play, he knows everything's wrong, and he changes his actions based on that.